Remember, if any of these are missing, make sure they've been put back on in the right places before you assemble it again. If you don't, you're going to have a whole lot of problem when you switch it on. Okay? So, goes on over the connectors first, look. Like that. Okay, pick it up with the board, turn it over. When handling the board, you've got to be real careful now not to flex and bend it too much. I took these two little heatsink pads off here. I'm going to stick these two back on. Okay, getting them nice and square. And put that one on like that. Okay, and then going to put this metalwork back on. Now, make sure that you've got all these pads on here, and that what the metalwork does, it hooks under and then on. Okay, so hook it under like that, hinge it towards you, slot the ribbons through like so. When you've got all the ribbons through, push it home. Okay, pick it up, and we're going to put that screw in first, the one by the hard drive caddy. Screw that down nice and tight. Then we're going to put that one in. Again, screw that down nice and tight. Flip the metalwork back over. And we're going to put these two in. The ones that hold the hard drive connector to the caddy. Screw them down. Okay, and you should have something that looks a bit like that. Okay, next what we're going to do, plug the battery back in. A lot of people haven't done that when they follow my guide, and basically it means that you don't get your time and date. So plug that back in, make sure you do that. Next we're going to refit the heatsink and fan assembly. Before we do that, we want to wipe all of this old potting compound off, because if that gets onto that, it just ain't going to work. So, same as before, get your isoprobe and wipe off these two heatsink plates. Okay, that's one done. Get rid of all old compound. Okay, so you have nice, clean heatsink plates. Right, reassembly. The fan locks on that way round, okay? Power connector goes back there. And what you want to do is just look through the fan, you can see the heatsink plates lining up with the holes, and you just drop it on like that. There's pegs on the bottom of the fan which locate, so once it's on it won't move. Okay, clip the power back in like so, then supporting the fan and the board, turn it over. Okay, right, now what we're going to do is screw the two two heatsink plates back down. So drop them in, springy side up, so when you put the screws down it applies pressure. And when I do this, I screw the one down a little bit, then the other, and just evenly screw them down a bit at a time, which will slowly pull the heatsink onto the BGA. Okay, that's one done. The next one, same again, screw them down a bit at a time. Make sure they're nice and tight. Okay. Right, so now you should be able to pick it up and the fan not fall off. Right. Next thing we're going to do, clip the power supply back on, or